Alright, so we're going to get these tightened up here. We're just going to kind of come in here and get everything kind of snugged in. And there's a torque spec in the directions. I want to torque these two. Like I said, I'm going to come tear this apart again and come back to it. I got some painting I want to do. Now we got this bearing. Your new bearing will ride, your inner bearing will ride on this surface, but we got to get it onto here, and it's a press fit. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this guy and throw it in the pizza oven. And you heard that right. I said pizza oven. Let's go for a walk. Check out the Packard. Shiny. In case y'all thought I was kidding. The pizza oven. We're gonna let that cook for probably gonna be about a half an hour. And we'll be able to tap that on. So in the meantime, I'm gonna pack some wheel bearings and I'll be back. Pack some bearings. I do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, a guy could get a bearing packer and all that. I got one. Had it for 20 years. I never liked it. So I just do it the way my daddy taught me. Cup the grease in your hand and just start going till it squeezes out. And once it starts coming out, you work your way back around. One thing you never put grease in is oil bath hub. Something about planets exploding and universe ending, things like that. So don't do that. Alright, you saw me pack one. You don't need to see me pack the big one. We'll be back. Alright, so we're going to get the inner bearing in our new rotor. And some grease down in here. To our inner race. Ooh. Gonna add a little more to the outside of my bearing here. Take and get our new dust shield in, or seal in. There we got that in. Clean up our little mess. Just one of 200 times we'll clean the grease off these rotors. And we'll do the same on the front bearing. We'll get some grease down inside on our race. Drop her in. Alright, it's been about a half an hour. We're gonna get this bad boy that's all blue put in. Find yourself a piece of pipe that'll fit over your spindle. Look at that, I really didn't even have to pound it. We're going to let that cool off. We'll give it a couple of more love taps just to make sure it's set, but it's looking. Alright, we've cooled off. We're going to give her one last tap. Looking good all the way around. Grab us a rotor. A little grease to my spindle here. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, clean up our old washer a little bit. Clean up our nut. Set our bearing preload. Okay, where'd our broken cotter key go? I guess our broken cotter key went on vacation. Use a straw to find our hole. See where that's hiding. Right there. We're gonna back it off one notch. Alright, we're going to come in here with our caliper. Now, when you're installing calipers, you always want to make sure your bleed screw is facing the top. And in case anybody out there is wondering, yes, these are GM calipers. Listen, I don't make the kit, okay? That's just how it comes. Get this caliper tightened up. There, we should be able to. There we go. Get these started. And these caliper pin bolts, they actually thread in not only into the caliper but also into the bracket. And there's that. How about that? All right, we're gonna try and get this hose on. Don't forget to put your copper crush washers on. All right, now we're gonna get our brake hose fed up. And I know it looks like the line's tight, but once it's back down on the ground, you don't have the suspension just hanging here. There we go. Now to try and get our brake hose back, or brake line back into the hose. Well, don't tell my buddy Mike now, but he raided his cotter key drawer. And then all we got to do is put on our dust cap. All right, don't be like me. I installed this dust cap that I accidentally threw away. Oops. All right. Now that's it as far as that goes.